Okay, so Google just made it easier for anyone to start building a proper native Android app directly inside of Google AI Studio. So that basically means you can start building an Android app, but you don't have to install some SDKs or dependencies on your computer. So basically it is very simple. As long as you know how to use Gemini, you can start building an Android app directly inside the website of Google AI Studio. So this is very interesting. And also when it comes to testing or previewing the app, you will see the app being emulated in some server somewhere, so you can get the preview, and that's actually really nice. You don't have to install anything on your computer. As long as you can access the Google AI Studio website, you can start building your first simple Android app. Now, I said simple because right now there are some limitations with this feature on Google AI Studio. First, you can only build mostly a client-side app, or basically a simple app that doesn't require some server or some complicated logic. And also Google has admitted that this is not something that you can just publish right away to Play Store, although it is possible, but it is better to just use this app or use this feature as the initial build for the app, and then later when you are quite confident and you understand how to use it, then I guess you can start using a more proper environment to start building or continuing building the app. So yeah, that is something that you don't know, but regardless, I'm going to show you how you can build your Android app using Google AI Studio, and then also later we are going to try to install the app into an Android phone. Now again, you can actually publish the app, but you need a developer account, and that will require some paperwork. So for this video, I'll just focus on building and then also installing the app into an actual Android phone. Now, you can navigate to airstudio.google.com. That is the website, and then you can log in with your Google account, and you can navigate to My App to start building an Android app. But I do recommend to not start building. If you watch my previous video, I have demonstrated that this platform is very slow, and that's just the nature of building an Android app, especially if the environment is not on your computer. So instead, I do recommend to plan everything beforehand. So when you send the first prompt, that will contain everything that AI must follow or build into the app. So because of that, I'm going to start a regular chat on Google AI Studio. Of course, you can also do the same thing on the Gemini platform if you want to, but in this case, I'll just use Google AI Studio. And here is the prompt that I'm going to use. Basically, we are telling AI that, hey, please ask me everything about the app that I'm about to build. And then after that, based on the answer that we just provided, AI will give you a prompt that later we can use on the app development in Google AI Studio. So that's the idea behind this prompt. So you can get this prompt in the description down below if you want to use it. And here, for the model, let's try using the greatest model right now, which is Gemini 3.1 Pro. Okay, it was here. There should be Gemini 3.5 Pro soon, but right now I don't have that. And for thinking, I'll select high, and I'll also enable the grounding with Google search, so the answer is going to be more relevant or at least up to date. Okay, let me just click run and just wait for the answer from AI. And again, it's going to ask you a few more questions, and then just answer those questions, and you can even discuss everything with AI. And then after that, when you're quite confident, it will give you a prompt. Now this might take quite a while, so I'll just spare your time. I'll just skip a word and I'll show you the final prompt that I will get. Okay, so this is the answer that I'll provide, and basically after that it's going to ask you even more questions, and then you have to answer it. Now in this case, I want to create a simple Pomodoro timer, but it is random, and also it can be controlled via voice. Like when I say something like I'm done or I'm finished, then it can affect the timer. And also there is going to be a feature where it's going to recommend some random exercises during the breaks, like push up, jumping jacks, etc. So I think that's quite a nice feature. And again, it's going to ask me even more questions, so I need to answer those, but eventually I will get the prompt. Anyway, I'll just skip a word and I'll show you just the prompt that I'm about to use. Okay, great. So I got the prompt after answered 8 questions. Now I'm going to copy the prompt and let's go back to the build page. I'm going to just click Android app right here. So we're building an Android app, and there is something here that you can control. So previously I mentioned that you can only use Gemini 3.5 Flash, but in reality you can actually choose a different model. So right here you can navigate to settings, and then you can see that we can select the model that we want to use. So Gemini 3.1 Pro, for example, is better than Gemini 3.5 Flash when it comes to coding, but it is going to be more expensive in a way that it's going to use more your credit limit, and also it is a lot slower. So that is something to know. And by the way, even with the Flash variation, building an Android app in Google AI Studio is very slow. So that is something that I think very important to emphasize. Now in this case, let me try using Gemini 3.5 Plus, so hopefully I can get the app as quickly as possible. So you can choose here, the framework is of course Android. I'm going to close this, and if there is any assets or documents that you want to incorporate during the build process, during the AI process of building your app, you can provide that right here. It could be from your Google Drive account, or you can also just upload that from your computer, but that is optional. I'm going to click build and just wait for AI to give you the sort of selection. So right here, right now in Google AI Studio, you will actually get a preview or some UIs that you can select while AI is still building the app. That is very interesting. So that's going to be on this area somewhere on the right side of the screen, and then there's going to be some items that or some UI styles that you can select. You can preview and then you can pick one of them, or you can just skip them and just let the AI to choose which UI that is the most appropriate. So this is what I mean. You can see that there are many options that I can choose from. Okay, let's try this one. Looks pretty. Let's try this one. Or again, you can just skip that if you want to, but I'll just select this design. And this is just a concept. It is not going to be 100% the same, but that's going to guide AI about what kind of visual that you want to achieve for your Android app. Now, this will take between 10 to 20 minutes depending on the complexity of your app. So just keep it running, and you can actually close it if you want to. It's running on the server anyway. It's not exactly on your browser, so you can leave it running and you can do something else, and you can come back and you'll see the app being previewed in an emulated Android phone on the browser. So I'll just skip a word and I'll show you how it actually looks. Okay, after about 10 minutes, I got this app. As you can see, it is running on the browser. It is not exactly running on the browser. It is actually, again, just being streamed into my browser. That's why it is kind of laggy, and also the quality or the fidelity of the picture is not exactly the best, but it should be usable to just preview the app. So right here, as you can see, Gemini just created a quick demo, so it is fully aware that this is definitely a development environment. So I got this demo feature for rapid testing, and also I applied some visual UI, the one that I just selected earlier, and now as you can see, it looks quite similar to the visual that I selected, although not exactly the same. Now, if you want to do some testing, you can do it right here, and you can also just vibe coding right here. Tell AI about the things that you want to change, remove, or add. You can do that right here. Now let me just do a quick testing, and let's see if it is at least work as a Pomodoro app. I'm going to enable quick demo, so let's see. Okay, so let's say if I trigger the break, what would happen? Physical workout time, and then I'm done. I'm done. Done. Okay, it doesn't work, perhaps maybe because it is not running on my device. And speaking about that, how about if we just install this app into an Android phone? So you can do that quite easily. Right here, there is an install button. You can click it and you will see that there is a guide about how you can enable some settings on your phone first before you can start installing the app into your actual Android phone. So first you have to navigate to settings and then go to about phone and then tap the build number 7 times, and then it will enable something called developer mode. And after that, you in the developer mode, you have to enable a setting called USB debugging. This is the guide on how you can do it. And then you can plug in your Android phone into your computer via USB. Now, one thing here that I need to note is the feature for installing an Android app into your phone via this browser is only available for Chromium-based browsers. So if you're using Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Brave browser, Opera, and many other Chromium-based browsers, it can work. But if you're using Firefox, then it's not going to work. Anyway, here I actually have connected my phone, and after that, I just need to click install via USB. I actually have enabled everything on my phone, so I'm going to click install via USB. And maybe one thing here that you might want to do is you have to enable the media transfer protocol on the settings. So let me just click this and yeah, enable media transfer protocol or file transfer protocol on the Android phone. Okay, it just disconnected, and I guess I have to retry it again. Let me just show you the visual so you can see it. Hopefully I can show you. Okay, I cannot because there is it's actually going to crash. But basically what you need to do is that you'll see a request to allow USB debugging. Just enable always allow from this computer, and then you can click allow. Then just wait for the app to be installed on your Android phone. This might take several seconds. This should be very quick. The app is very small, just a few megabytes. And then later we can see the result on the phone. Okay, just be patient. Okay, so let me show you my Android phone screen so we can do a quick demo. Okay, should be here. All right, so this is the app. As you can see, it looks way better right here because I have a wired connection to the device. Now I'm going to enable the quick demo, and then I'm going to do some testing.
Focus time is up. Time for your break. Please do 15 sit-ups.
Done. Finished. Okay, let me try it again. I think it was mistaken my speech, although it could also be my pronunciation. Let me try it again.
Focus time is up. Time for your break. Please do 45-second wall sit.
Finished. Okay, yeah, it is able to be controlled via voice, which is really nice. Now, you can actually add a generative AI feature inside of your app, but from my testing, I wasn't able to make it work. I kept seeing error 503 message when I'm implementing some AI features like Gemini models or Lyria or the video models, even though I do have provided the API, basically the key so it can access the model, but it doesn't work now. I mean, I swear it does work a few days ago, but then when I tried again, even though I do have some credits on my account, I cannot use it even in this emulated version of the app. So yeah, that is something to know, and that's actually not uncommon when you're using some Google AI Studio API. It's not exactly the most reliable because after all, it is only mostly for testing. But yeah, as you can see, I was able to install the app directly into my phone. And again, you can publish the app to Play Store, but you need some paperwork basically before you can do that. But it is basically an option that you can try. So that's how you can install a simple, your first Android app using Google AI Studio. And even though it is slow, it took like 10 minutes to just do one generation, but at least there is almost no preparation, there is almost no setup. And I think this is actually a great first version of the app, which later, if you are quite confident, you can install Android SDK, you can install Android Studio, and maybe you can add more features into the app and, you know, do the vibe coding directly inside of your computer. But at least it is nice that we have a feature that lets us to build a simple Android app directly inside of a browser. So if you want to learn some new cool things about AI or some amazing use cases using AI, then you can subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you on my future videos. Have a great day.